Hi, I'm Brandy Pounds,
And I'm Cyndi Doyle.
and we are Forgetting Freud.
This week we thought we would be a little bit more topical, kind of relevant to what's going on. There's been a lot of tragedy going on here in the States and also just everywhere in the world over the past month,
Yeah,
even a little
it
bit
seems
longer.
heavier
Yeah,
now. Like
just
it's
heavy.
back-to-back events have been
Yeah, just kind of
big.
one after the other.
Hmm.
And so because of that, we've been seeing a lot of our clients being come upset and coming in and just having some more situational anxiety and depression
Hmm.
because of what's going on. So we're not talking about clinical depression and anxiety. We're talking about more situational,
Right.
specifically because of what's been happening in the world.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess there's been a lot of feelings that have been going on with this. I know I'm going to pick on you a little bit because you will text me when various things happen,
Yeah.
and there are some things that really impact you more in the world than others, and it's very upsetting for you. Um, and
Hmm.
then,
It's just heavy.
yeah,
Sometimes it's really heavy, and um, I don't know why, but some things happen and they feel bigger than other things.
yeah.
And yeah.
So I know for me too, I've been feeling kind of this mix between just really deep, deep sadness. I don't, I'm sure there's something deeper than sadness, but
Hmm.
my emotional vocabulary is escaping me at the moment. Um,
Anger.
oh yeah,
A lot of.
rage almost.
Hmm.
I've run into a lot of rage for clients, but
Yeah.
there have been moments in time where I just get so angry at everything that's been going on. Kind of the hopelessness.
Helplessness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, helplessness. I hear that a lot too in the office, and I'm feeling that way. Like, how do I help? What can I do? And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, wait, that happened in Turkey. How do I get over
Mhm.
there? That happened in,
France.
yeah, Orlando, and I live in Texas. And
Yeah.
what do I do with that? How do I help with that?
Yeah.
Um, and then that's where the anger comes from because I can't. I
Yeah.
can't stop that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that
Mhm.
is a lot of where the anger comes from, is that you just kind of feel kind of helpless
Mhm.
to do anything and make a difference, and that's why so many people will try to donate money or to give blood or reach out to people that they can. So yeah, I think that's a lot of it. So we wanted to talk about, like, what do you do with all those feelings, all that pain, all that sadness? Um, what do you do with it? And so there's a lot of things that, like you were just saying, that we can't control.
Well, and one of the sweeping statements that I usually start out with in session, or I have, is you have to be able to let go of what you can't control and take control of what you can.
Yeah.
And that's really broad and that's really big, and sometimes it doesn't go well.
Yeah, but I think it's really applicable in that, because one of the things that I try to let people know is that, you can't, yeah, we can't impact Turkey or France right now, or maybe even Orlando, or any place, Dallas, or wherever has had the tragedy. Every place that's, there's so much, but so you can't impact it. So, but I do think that, like, you can make small ripples. I kind of always think that, like, if we're all one, I don't know, one world, if you will. We're all one world, and so in that one world, if you can do a small thing in your world and make a ripple in that connective energy. There's some insurance commercial or something that's like, you know what I'm talking about? There's some, you don't watch a lot of TV. There's an insurance commercial that, like, it's somebody's opening a door for somebody else, and then somebody sees that person open the door, and then that person
The
then
butterfly effect.
yes, butterfly effect. And so I think it's kind of that same thing, is that think about what you can control, and control, just, I don't know, do nice things for other people.
Right.
Or
So, okay, so one of those things is how you see the world.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I think that's another aspect.
Yeah,
Actually,
you have power in that.
Mm-hmm.
And that one we forget about when you're feeling all that. It's
Yeah.
remembering that. So it's that how you view the world around you, right? It's that what they call that rose-colored glasses.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily
You know?
rose-colored glasses. I mean, I think it's kind of. I think you said earlier, it's one of those things where you can be walking down a street and you can focus on. I think you said the magnolias.
In
You
bloom.
can, yeah, you can focus on the flowers, or you can focus on the Coke can on the side of the road.
Because they're both there.
Yeah.
Like evil and beauty and evil and good exist side by side, always.
Oh, always,
Everywhere.
always.
Everywhere you
Okay.
look.
Yeah, throughout time.
Throughout this room. You got some crazy stuff going on here, and you got some really cool stuff.
But yeah, and so I agree that it's I don't you I think people call it rose-colored glasses and they think like, oh, you're being Pollyanna, and I don't think it's about being Pollyanna. I think it's about choosing where you want to focus.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
So cultivating your own joy, cultivating.
Yeah, cultivating gratitude.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a part of it is having the gratitude. You know, Brene Brown talks about gratitude being a practice. For a long while there was like, oh, have the attitude of gratitude, and it's not really an attitude, it's really a practice. You have to practice the gratitude in order to
Daily.
Yeah, daily.
Moment sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is Brene also says joy comes in small, ordinary moments. A lot of times we spend so much time looking for the extraordinary that we don't focus on the ordinary moments, and just the small stuff.
Right.
So that's a lot of it. We talked about before like the homework that we've given some of our clients lately, but well, we were talking about it. We didn't talk about it with you. But gratitude, and
Right.
we do the same thing, but it's a little different.
Right. Well, so one of the things, and I learned this when I was in graduate school, and it's something that I practiced myself when things felt really heavy and things were really hard and things were going bad or something. I would make this list of 5 things every night before I went to bed that I was grateful or thankful for that day. And to Brene Brown's point, I made myself not put the big bang moment things, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm thankful for my family and my health and my spirituality. I mean that.
And not to make light of those,
No.
because those things are really important.
Right, but I think that's a cop out too sometimes. I tell my clients that's a cop out. You can say that every single day. So the challenge is to come up with the little things, to focus on the little things.
That daily aspect, because if you're overwhelmed with what's going on in daily life, what is it that you can appreciate about daily life? So I get, the small stuff.
Right.
Is
Things
what matters.
like a really great taco on Taco Tuesday. That just cost $2.
Yes.
Like sometimes at the end of my day, sometimes we've all had stuff, right? And we're kind of the walking wounded in this field, if you will. So we've all kind of gone through things. But sometimes the days are really heavy, and so I could not come up with something like, thanks for my best friend because I didn't have one or something. So it was like, thank you, or I'm grateful for guacamole. My recipe, or your recipe or something, or I'm thankful that today I did not get my car repoed. That was actually a real one at one point,
and I think too, like I'm grateful that that person held the door open for me, or smiled at me, or waved me on in traffic. That can be even one. I mean,
getting all green lights on the way to work.
That would be a miracle. Not any construction.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's definitely one as far as that. And so sometimes I put a little twist on it too, depending upon the age of my clients and how like tech savvy they are. Social media is such a big thing right now. Wow, I sound old. Okay, so there's social media.
It's not right now, it'll be forever. There you go.
But with social media, sometimes it's fun just to take pictures. And so sometimes I tell people to take pictures of the things that they're grateful for, and
that's cool. You never told me that.
Upload it and
stole that
share
a long time ago.
It also is a way to like, oh, let me see your photos when they come back. It's something to share too, because then you can go, And when you're scrolling through your phone, that way you can go, oh my gosh, I forgot about that really gorgeous butterfly that I saw on that flower, or
That really
not getting stung
hot
by
guy. Oh no.
hey, whatever. You know, it's all beauty comes in all forms.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's whatever. So I mean that's a way too.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I like that because you can, and like with teenagers, I work with a whole lot of teenagers. Maybe I could even say like, post 3 things today that you found beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's about putting it out there for other people too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So in gratitude and practicing gratitude, part of what we talked about when we were prepping for this was that it's a way, when you start doing it, you start training your brain.
Oh, the magic unintended consequence. I love this. I love this. So one of the things I noticed when I started doing it almost immediately within the first week of it was that, you know, when you first start, you, at the end of the day, you're like, ooh, 5 things. But then after like a week, you start getting, throughout your day, you're like, oh, this is going to be one of my gratefuls, or that turkey is so pretty. Whatever that is. Is that a turkey?
It's a pheasant.
That pheasant is so pretty. I'm going to make it one of my gratefuls. And so what you're in essence doing is you're training your brain to look for the positives and the beauty ahead of time for your list.
And then you wind up with way more on your list than you could ever imagine. I think it also comes into practice when, I mean, I can remember one time when I was frustrated with traffic or whatever, and I had this moment where I was just mad, and I thought, I stopped at a stoplight, and I had this moment of like, what the heck are you doing? Like, be totally grateful. You're on your way to go get a massage. Why was
First world problem.
First world problems. Why was I even mad? Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So those are 2 things that if you're feeling anxious and depressed about what's going on and your focus is just kind of in a bad place, feeling sad, feeling mad about whatever's going on and the tragedy that we're dealing with, try practicing gratitude and
Cultivating joy,
making small ripples in the world, and finding things that you can control. If it's something that's helpful, if you try it out, you know, make a comment below. And we would love to hear about it. And once again, if there's something that you would like us to make a video about, if you want us to put our 2 cents in, feel free to put it in the comment section. We would love it. Until then, work on that, practicing that gratitude and making small ripples.